when it comes to our product, we must always be sure that our product, the final product, is one that people will actually want to buy. You should do product testing, even if your product is not one that uses, you're not using chemicals or whatever the case may be. So by product testing, for instance, if I make something that has a latch, and there was a situation with one of Allison. You need to hear this. Your little I said I'll sit with you and we can brainstorm on what you could probably use. But for instance, somebody picked up the stuff and she tried to open it, and the whole plastic thing came out, and she put it down, and she walked away, like, you know. And everybody that came, we had to be sure to say no, like, because when they try to open it, because of the finish, your finished product must be pleasing to the eyes. Because I can tell you, there are people that will see the stuff and they will look at the finish, they will see the finish before they actually see that it is a handmade item. I get all the time that my product don't look like something that was handmade. It looks like something from one of those shops. Because when you see it comes to doing things excellently well, you do it excellently, and you make sure that when your product hits the shelf, no question that, you know, if they have a question, it would be, that was really handmade, because they don't see. And you could perfect your craft. You could perfect it by trying different things and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. So that's one of the things I just felt necessary, that our finished product must be up to standard, up to par. You know, do product testing, different little things, see what works and what doesn't.
Now, I'm glad you brought that back up, because there's two things that should have happened or could have happened in that situation. But I've had that happen to me, where I used to make... Okay, I made porcelain and pure silver pendants that cost a couple $100 a piece. And then I strung them on some black leather multi-string necklaces that I made. And then one time, one of the leather strings burst when somebody was looking at it. So immediately, my reaction was kind of like, you know, and also like, shit, there goes a couple $100 sale. But you know, it was immediately like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that happened here and not when you took it home. That the leather is obviously not any good. Let me take it out and you know, restring it on something else and whatever. But what it made me realize afterwards is, before I took any of the necklace strings out to a trade fair, I would be at home.
Yes.
And it's rough, it's hard, because you want it to break, because you tie it already. But it's better it breaks at your home than when it's there. But what if, none of us were very close when the lady pulls the popper on her item. And she walked away so fast, there was no chance for us to kind of come and say, no, well, I would have said to her, oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened. But again, I would have said, I'm very glad it happened, because this is a new line that I've just been trying. I'm just launching, and obviously that's not going to work. Here I have this other one that doesn't have a popper or whatever, and you know, made it into that, so that the person realizes, one, they don't have to pay for something that is actually your mistake. If they had broken it on the floor because that's different, but that they've actually done you a favor. And so you then start a conversation with them and point them at other products that don't have that flaw, which there were plenty of in your case. And the fact that she looked at it, obviously it was a cute product in the first place, but I realized for those, what I would have said, and I think I said that to you, use a string with a bead and do a loop, so that there's no stress on opening and closing, but it does secure as well. So you have to think of things like that, and if a disaster happens when you're selling, just pretend you're happy it happened. And you know, eventually you will actually be happy that they happened before the person took the product home, because then it's so much more difficult to deal with it, and you still have a chance to save your sale. So thanks, Terrell, for remembering that.